Good evening and welcome to the Muvi TV News. Today is the 16th of January 2026. We've already passed the half mark of January. The headlines: HH congratulates FDD on Chawama by-election win. Chawama lost a warning sign for UPND Njovu. Government steps up response to cholera, mpox and measles. Zambia, Tanzania agree on monthly fuel offloading deal. In sports, Banda calls for adequate preparations ahead of WAFCON. And now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has congratulated Democracy and Development (FDD) and in particular to the winning candidate, Mr. Bright Nundwe. A tightly contested race. Mr. Hichilema on his official page says every election must ultimately produce one winner, yet its deeper purpose is to strengthen harmony, peace and unity among all citizens. President has for this reason commended the UPND, all participating candidates and above all the people of Chawama whose collective commitment ensured that the democratic process functioned as it should. He has also expressed his appreciation to the Electoral Commission of Zambia and the law enforcement agencies for conducting a transparent, orderly and secure election. He says the professionalism contributed to an environment in which the will of the people could be free and peacefully expressed. President of the Democratic Union, Akim Anthony Njovu, has described the United Party for National Development's loss in the Chawama parliamentary by-election as an early sign of the ruling party's declining political fortunes ahead of the 2026 general elections. Mr. Njovu says the outcome should serve as a wake-up call to the UPND, urging the party to reflect on the message sent by voters in Chawama, where a Forum for Democracy and Development (FDD) candidate Bright Nundwe emerged victorious after a tightly contested race.
Greetings, fellow Zambians. Fiafine nalandile yesterday, the other day, natukave imisowa, nashitampako imisowa, the party that has been in opposition for 23 years has started disintegrating within just. By the time it clocks 5 years, it will be in tatters. I'm sure maybe it was a prophecy. The prophecy is coming to pass. They have seen it for themselves that there was no opposition. We told them that the opposition is the people of Zambia.
Zambia and Tanzania have agreed on a new operational arrangement guaranteeing a monthly offloading of a fuel vessel at the port of Dar es Salaam, a move aimed at improving predictability and reliability in Zambia's petroleum supply chain. The agreement, announced in Dar es Salaam by the two countries' energy ministers, will see one vessel carrying more than 100,000 metric tons of fuel berthed and offloaded between the 15th and 25th of every month, ensuring smoother logistics and uninterrupted fuel supply to Zambia.
Soon, so as we can see how we action them. However, the matter at hand about vessel berthing, laycans, I think it is safe to say that we've come to an agreement. And the guarantees that have long been there will continue, having at least from the 15th to the 25th of each month have one vessel dedicated for Zambia coming in. That will assure and guarantee Zambian stocks and fuel levels to be in a safe position. I think, Honorable Minister, it is safe to say that. We've gone through, I would say, other matters that we've also agreed upon, and We will work on them on our Tanzanian side, and also our colleagues from Zambia will go and work on them, and then probably plan another meeting sometime in February, and then sit down and continue them. But we've advised our colleagues from Zambia that currently they bring a vessel which is about 8,000 tons. But they can have a vessel come in of 100,000 tons to assure their stock levels are at a sufficient position. And I'm glad to say my colleague here has agreed to that as well. So it is up to the Zambian side with their teams and the procurement systems to ensure that now they increase from 80,000 to 100,000 tons, while we also work at looking at other options to work on. Honorable Minister, is there anything else to add on to that?
The National Union of Public and Private says the announcement Douglas Shakulima that he will present the free education policy to Parliament for enactment into law will guarantee continued access to education for vulnerable children. NUPE's President Victor Muyumba says enshrining the policy into law is a positive move, as it will ensure stability and prevent the policy from being easily altered. Mr. Muyumba adds that making the right to free education a legal obligation will compel every government that comes into power to provide essential requirements such as infrastructure and learning equipment. He says the move by the government should be supported by all well-meaning Zambians, including stakeholders and parents.
Zambia's 2026 commerce and trade projections will mainly focus on propelling the country towards a middle-income status. This is going to be done through inclusive growth, equitable development, and driven by enhanced output by various productive sectors of the Zambian economy. It will also interest you to know that government, through the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, will remain committed in ensuring that we unlock the potential that lie in the various sectors of the Zambian economy across the country. Also, the government is going to ensure that it remains committed to deepening regional and international trade integration. Further to that, the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry will ensure that it focuses on the removal of non-tariff barriers and reforms in trade facilitation, which are going to help in reducing the cost of cross-border trade and enhance the export and competitiveness.
The Zambian government has embarked on the development of a mineral tagging system as part of efforts to strengthen transparency, curb illegal mining activities, and maximize socio-economic benefits from the country's mining sector. Mines and Minerals Development Permanent Secretary Hapenga Kabeta says the system is intended to address persistent leakages along the mining value chain and improve monitoring of mineral production amid concerns of underreporting by some players.
Other than that, I think Zambia is a member of the International Conference on Great Lakes region. So under that umbrella, the system of tagging minerals is something that we have been grappling with for a bit of time now. And now I think there is a clarity, there is a sight of vision of where we want to go. We have faced challenges such as illegal mining, smuggling of materials, and there is also underreporting of production. You may wish to know that Kajem is currently using the DNA-based system for tagging on the emerald. We would want all emeralds and gemstones that are produced within the country possibly to have a DNA-based system.
The Minister of Health, Dr. Elijah J. Muchima, MP, says says that his ministry remains actively engaged in responding to cholera, measles, polio and mpox alongside increased public health risks associated with the ongoing rainy season and flooding in some parts of the country. Speaking during a press briefing in Lusaka on Friday morning, the minister revealed that since August 2025, Zambia has recorded 639 cumulative cholera cases with 614 recoveries and 10 deaths affecting 17 districts in 7 provinces. The majority of cases have been reported in the northern province, particularly in Mbulungu, Nsama and Senga Hill. Other affected provinces include Southern, Lusaka, Copperbelt, Muchinga, Northwestern and Central, while Luapula, Western and Eastern provinces have not recorded any case to date. Currently, 17 cholera patients are admitted in Lusaka district. Cholera treatment centers and oral rehydration points remain operational, and oral cholera vaccination campaigns continue. In Monza district, the ministry achieved 99.87% vaccination coverage between 6th and 11th January 2026. On measles, 241 confirmed cases were recorded in 2025, with 4 recent cases reported in Chiengi district. Polio surveillance remains strong, with no vaccine-derived polio virus detected. For mpox, Zambia tested more than 2,000 suspected cases and 367 confirmed cases have been reported across 9 provinces and 46 districts since October 2024, and response activities are ongoing. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Dr. Kennedy Lishimpi, noted that cholera cases in 2025 to date have significantly reduced, with about 639 cases recorded since August 2025 compared to over 700 cases recorded daily in 2023. This improvement has been attributed to increased access of safe piped water treatment and widespread cholera vaccination. The Ministry of Health has since urged the public to remain vigilant, especially during the rainy season, but using safe water, maintaining good hygiene, ensuring children are fully vaccinated and seeking medical care early when ill. Minister of Health says government remains committed to protecting the health and well-being of all Zambians and will continue to provide updates as the situation evolves.
We come to the close of January and beginning of our new year. We wish to update the nation on the status of outbreaks in the country. First and foremost, please allow me to say cholera has been with us for some time. We are hoping one day this country will live without cholera. And that there are 3 very important wings that need to collaborate effectively. The Ministry of Local Government,
United Party for National Electoral Environment in Chawama, he highlighted that the elections were conducted without any incidents of violence. This, he noted, was a significant departure from past tensions. Mr. Nkandu also took the opportunity to congratulate the winner of the Chawama parliamentary seat, demonstrating the party's commitment to accepting the outcome of the election. The UPND deputy spokesperson's message to the party's candidate and supporters is one of hope and resilience. He encouraged them to stay positive and focused on future endeavors, emphasizing that the party will continue to work towards its goals.
We wish our colleagues good luck, those that have won. And I also want to wish our candidate good luck. He should never think that he has been rejected. No. At any given point, you just need one person. And if Chawama has chosen another person other than himself, that does not mean that it's a reject. No. That's the situation that we have found ourselves in. People want to look for one person, not more than one person. So next time, I believe that is going to do very well, because him also will be able to learn one or two lessons, as the party has also learned one or two lessons from what really transpired there. Now, my caution to other political parties, because whenever we have an election, AFRICA-LITOVIA would want to rig elections, the UPND want to rig elections. When we win, that's when you guys will come up with issues of, no, UPND won because they corrupted people. But I've never heard anyone say that the opposition corrupted anyone. We have a lot of videos that are circulating where we saw people giving out money. No one has talked about it. But we are a party that will not cry over spilled milk. Me, I've told my people that we should never cry. All we need is to pick our pieces, together and find the way forward. What has happened has happened. We'll never do anything. Let them enjoy the victory, as we always also enjoy our victories. But I think it is important to come out the way I'm coming out, because every time UPND win an election, they say that we have rigged elections because we gave handouts, we were so corrupt, especially some of us who are found in elections. But them who have won, it's a clean win for them. When we win, it's not clean. So I think we need to appreciate the environment that this UPND government has created when it comes to, you didn't even hear their political violence. You can imagine if it was then, Chawama wouldn't have been the way it was. We could have seen blood and everything, but it was an environment that was violent-free. It was an environment that everyone who had an opportunity to talk to the voters, and I think that's how it should be. So if there is something that we need with, is what the environment that we have created when we go for these elections. So for me, that is very critical.
The Minister of Community Development and Social Services, Doreen Mwamba, has handed over 17 vehicles to 17 districts across the country valued at 47 million kwacha. The vehicles are expected to enhance service delivery, particularly in remote communities, and support the government's commitment to inclusive development. Speaking at the handover ceremony, Ms. Mwamba emphasized the importance of responsible use of the vehicles, stating they are meant to serve the poor and vulnerable communities. She says the handover of these vehicles reflects the government's unwavering commitment to sustained livelihood and empowerment, community development and social protection. According to Ms. Mwamba, the vehicles will enable beneficiary district teams to reach remote and respond to local needs more effectively.
Honor to stand before you today as we take another important step in strengthening service delivery to our communities. Today we are gathered here for a very special occasion, for the official handover of 17 vehicles to 17 districts across the country. These vehicles, valued at 47,423,000, are not just machines. They are instruments. They are indeed instruments of service. They are tools that will help bring development closer to our people.
Copper Queens captain Barbara Banda has described Zambia's Group C draw at the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON in Morocco as tough, but believes the team can rise to the challenge with adequate preparation. Reacting to the draw that placed Zambia alongside defending champions Nigeria, Egypt and neighboring Malawi, Banda says strong opponents should motivate the Copper Queens to raise their game as they target progression to the knockout stages and qualification to the FIFA Women's World Cup. Central Province side Kawe Warriors are set to face Ndola-based Zesco United in a weekend fixture scheduled for 15 hours at Levi Mwanawaso Stadium. Speaking in a pre-match interview, Kawe Warriors Football Club assistant coach Jackson Mwanza acknowledged that the encounter will not be an easy one, noting that the opponents boast a squad rich in experience. The former Zesco United player, now part of the Kawe Warriors technical bench, however, expressed confidence in his team's preparations, stating that they are ready for the challenge and hopeful of securing a positive result.
Afternoon, Coach Jack. We are back at it again after a long break. It's an important game. Of course, you played for as a footballer. How are you preparing for this important game?
Yeah. First thing, thank you so much for this opportunity that you've given me. And again, we are back to the league. We've prepared so well, and I'm sure the team is ready to take on Zesco United, and that it won't be an easy encounter. Zesco is a very big team, very experienced, and of course we've tried by all means to prepare for the same game, and we are hoping for the best result.
Coach, of course you are chasing an AFRICA Cup slot. What would be your approach going into this game?
Yeah, definitely we want to play AFRICA, and of course that is one of our objective, and the approach that we are going to have is just the same as the approach that we've been having all along. We want to have a win, and we've prepared for that.
Of course, Coach, just a quick one. Going back home, how does that feel for you, going back home?
Yeah, it feels good to be back home, and I'm sure we will be able to meet with some old people, old friends, and it will be very interesting.
We retake a message for the Copper Queens captain, Barbara Banda, who has described Zambia's Group C draw at the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON in Morocco as tough, but believes the team can rise to the challenge with adequate preparation. Reacting to the draw that placed Zambia alongside defending champions Nigeria, Egypt and strong opponents should motivate the Copper Queens to raise their game as they target progression to the knockout stages and qualification to the FIFA Women's World Cup.
I believe in when you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. So in our group, I feel it's a tough group, and playing against the champions, which is Nigeria. We played them the last WAFCON, and I think this time around we are up to do better when we meet again against them. Not forgetting Malawi, also our neighbor, a very good team, very good quality players, which also Egypt also. So it's a group of death, but I think to me, as with a team as Copper Queens, I think this time around we have to prepare adequately so that we go through to the next round, which I feel I have a good feeling, and every time I communicate with my coach, I think we are always moving at the same page, and I think we are heading somewhere, but it is a tough group for us. Yeah, as the group has been drawn already, so I think I feel preparation has to start now, because we don't have time. We don't have much time. We've been on off season. We've had injuries, players with injuries, and I'm sure by now everyone is back to their feet, like I am here. So I think for us that can help us is to have proper preparations, good friendly games for us to go out there and group. It is very important for Zambia to make it again to the World Cup, because I think for the previous one we've qualified, and also we didn't do our best. These are the games that they're gonna make us qualify to the World Cup. So definitely we have to qualify to the World Cup, meaning we have.
That motivational message from captain of the Copper Queens, Barbara Banda, closes the news. But in case you missed, HH congratulates FDD on Chawama by-election win. Shawarma loss, a warning sign for UPND. Njovu. Government steps up response to cholera, mpox and measles. Zambia, Tanzania agree on monthly fuel offloading deal. Banda calls for adequate preparation ahead of the entire news team. This is Kondwelani Jose. Good evening.